The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman here on this Tuesday, the 7th of October. We're looking at the Dow. This is going to be very interesting. Why? Because the Dow had a nice rally. It went right to the outside line, this green inside track trading band, and this is usually where there's some resistance. Let me just do this. Oh, I shouldn't do this while I'm trading, while I'm doing my show, but I'm going to do that. Okay. What we're looking at here is that there's a technique that I developed a long time ago. And what I do is I draw a trend line to the outer limits of the candles, usually just where the top is, where it's the wick or the bottom. It could be the body, it could be the wick, but I go to that. And then I draw like a 16th of an inch or maybe a little more. 330 seconds. I draw a little mini channel, and that becomes a resistance area, or if it's on the downside, it becomes a support area. I call it the Chapman wave inside track, repellent or propellant zone. Well, look where it went. It went right to the outside line, the green line, and the same line as it went to yesterday before it reversed. And then it came down, and now it's testing the lower line. What's really important about this is that the 9-period moving average is still strongly over the 14. The MACD keeps flipping negative to positive, negative to positive. It's back to positive right now. So stochastic is at 77% under the 80% level that I like. The on-balance volume was a little bit overboard. Now it's pulled back a little bit. So within that context, what I would normally be looking at, same as at peak D, but I didn't have any of the technicals that we had a short position just for a very brief moment there because at peak D, the fourth highest peak, that's kind of what we always do because there's invariably some kind of a pullback. Or that's exactly where it gets the instant restart and goes spirals to the upside. So that's a tell, peak D. What's really important about this is that we've got an E and we pull back briefly, went to the 9-period moving average, and now we're holding quite steady. So on a purely technical basis, this is kind of where I'd expect some kind of dilution, some kind of a little bit of a rest period. But to have a serious sell-off, you need to see the 9-period moving average, which is so positive, this green line way above the 14. You need to see it at least testing or breaking under the black 14-period moving to go pink. And if it does that, then you can say, maybe we now get a sell signal, then it could be upgraded to a sell mode, but you need bad news to really get a sell-off of a persistent sell-off. So far, the market's treated every bit of potential bad news as, so what? And if you look at this weekly chart, this narrow band, and you see this trend line, he has a much longer inside track repellent zone, and look how it's held. But you see these wedges. Normally from the wedge, you get some kind of a pullback. Well, we haven't concluded the wedge yet. I'm waiting for a pullback, and it just doesn't want to do it. So it's still very strong. And look at that. The 9-period moving average is strongly over the 14. The MACD is very strong. Stochastic's at 92%. I mean, what more do you want? That's great. So we just remain long there. We haven't started any short positions. Let's go to the S&P. I don't want to go through the same thing again in the S&P, but look at this. Right now, the S&P went to a new all-time high. Remember, I always say if you get to a G in the Chapman wave methodology, always go G/C if that's the next obvious count. So, because why? Invariably, it goes to a D, and at that D, you can do an assessment because at D, other things can happen. Well, lo and behold, today we went to the D. And where are we in the S&P? We're at 6746.11, up 5.86, doing very nicely. All right? Look at that weekly chart. This kind of pattern, this persistent, narrow, higher highs, basically higher lows, very seldom you get a sell-off from a move like this that is serious unless it's accompanied by bad news. What I mean by bad news is I don't care what the news is. It could be the president got a cold. I don't care what it is. If the market perceives it as a serious thing, then the market can go down, but serious enough to be there for a few days, then a week, then maybe 2 weeks, maybe even 3 weeks. And then you get the volatility index up in the high 20s or whatever it is, and you get this fabulous turnaround. We haven't got anything like it right now. I'm not going to fight this by getting too carried away to the short side. However, going now at this point with the long side, some of the positions that we have, I need to protect us. We've done so well. I mean, I want to keep. Wow, this is the difficulty. Well, it's a nice difficulty to have, and I'm thinking through how we can do it. You don't know. You can do it by an index, or you can do it by individual stocks. And some of my subscribers do use options. I would say that quite a lot do not, and therefore it puts them in a difficult position, because if you're talking about options, now it's a whole different field altogether. So I wanted to do this just for a moment. I just wanted to show you the E-mini, how it's already had a couple of days session already today. Look at this. Let's go to the 10-minute chart. From the low last night at about 9 o'clock, look, you went peak A, peak B, peak C, peak D. D is where other things can happen. Look at that, double top, pulls back from the high of 20 to 1 this morning, a.m. Eastern Time at 67.86, and it pulls back right down to the low at 4:40 this morning of 67.74. And then what does it do? It has a nice run and goes to another peak, ABCD, pulls back, but that 9-period moving average refused to go pink. It's green, and it goes to an E and an F, and then it pulls down, and it pulls back from the high of the day of 6802.75 to where? To the low right there of 67.89, and refuses to go pink on the 9-period moving average. And that's the 10-minute chart. It could do it, but so far it hasn't. But the 5-minute chart made this double top, peak C1, C2, and it did go pink, and it's kind of struggling. The 1-minute chart went over the 200-period moving average, and now it's going to fight up and down with a magnet of the 200-period moving average of 67.92. All right, let's get back to our story. And what I want you to do is just to quickly go QQQ, all-time high, trading at 609.22, made a high of 609.71. Let me get rid of this. That was from yesterday. Still very nice to see. The candles are getting a little smaller, but that's not such a big deal. What is a big deal is that the price is way over the 9, and the 9 is way over the 14, and the MACD is positive. The retro strength is improving. The stochastic's fabulous at 90%, and the on-balance volume is good. And look at that weekly chart, higher highs and higher lows. So still very good at the QQQ. I want to go to now the IWM. IWM is the Russell 2000, pulling back sharply at the low of the day, 246.19, made an all-time high yesterday of 240. Was it 248.80 or so? 248.48. Let me change that. 248.48, pulling back. I'll be back. Basil, Chapman, Tiger Conditions Hour. Dow's down 25. S&P's up 2.5. We'll be right back. A little tussle going on there. I'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
I had a question about SRE, please, where to add. And I might be wrong, but I believe, Zip, you're the one that brought Sempra Energy. I think this is one that I didn't find. I didn't find it on my own. It was brought to my attention. Sempra Energy, energy infrastructure, distribution, natural gas, electric. I remember it so well, and I remember doing the chart and everything. I just can't remember the circumstances, whether I found it, and I was very interested because this is an area that I'm very interested in, because we do have a position in this in energy. Energy is related to AI, but this is very important because it's doing very nicely. It's up $1.09 at 93.53. So where to add? So I would do this. I love the chart. It's in leg C in the daily. It's in leg D in the weekly. And if it breaks above, so because it made a lower low, this means this is a brand new leg B in the monthly chart. And if it goes above, even 1 penny above the high that was made in November of this past year at 95.77, it goes to 95.78. That actually becomes a brand new buy mode, not a buy signal, but a buy mode, and it should go higher. It should still go to a peak C and then a higher D. So I'm going to suggest that I love what's going on right now. Everything's good, but it is a tad overbought in the blue on balance volume. So I'm going to recommend that you add in two separate stages. One is you can add right here at 93.52, but this is like a trading ad. You're adding it because it should pull back, and then it should go to a D. If today's high of 93.85 is it for the day, tomorrow it has a lower high of 93.85, and then the following day it goes to 93.86, 1 penny higher. It means, oops, did I say, is that correct? Yes, 86. It means you've already got to D. So think of it just as like you want to add, but you're going to add in kind of a split position. So add right here, just a trading little bit. But really what you want to do is to take a little time and see if we can get between 90 and 88. And give me a yell. Let's look at it again. That's really where you want to add. This a moment, I'm just saying as a trading position, yeah, you could do that. That's fine. but just treat it as a trading position. All right, and it looks. I just want to open it up for the monthly chart. Yes, I think this is an all-time high. Previous highs were much lower before. This is fantastic action. It just says this is really working well. Energy, Semper Energy, SRE is the symbol. Yeah, I like it. Next question came. Oh, I didn't finish. Let me just finish up here. So the SMHs. SMH is a semiconductor ETF, made an all-time high yesterday of 326.83. No. What am I talking about? 326. 348.53. Oh, that wasn't updated for a while. 348. Oh, I forgot what I just said. Did I say 23? Well, for the moment, we'll say that. Today's high is 346.67. G/C, it should have one little pop to the upside. So let me go through this now. You've got NVIDIA, and you've had some others that have, like Advanced Micro Devices, a lot of catching up in that whole sector. So NVIDIA is still doing well. It's up almost 3 at 188. 191.05 was the high just 4 sessions ago. Look at this cup formation this is one of the most unusual cup formations that I've seen in a very long time. Look, just fractional new highs. Now it's got a sloping trend line right there, and that just says it could go to 192 to 193, make another all-time high, and that'll already, if it's this week, it continues leg C. If it's next week, it goes to a D. But to have gone that far and then taken this amount of time and then just barely making new highs says to me, all right, maybe there's a little slowing down. But at this point, look at this Advanced Micro Devices. Actually, I thought it had a lousy session yesterday. It gapped up huge. It went to 220. Let me just give you the exact figure. Advanced Micro Devices tootling along in a narrow range down to the 170 level. 171.68 was the high of the third. Yesterday was the 6th, and it gaps up huge. It opens at 226.45. It has a high of 226.71, fractionally higher. Closes, it goes all the way down to 203.01, and it almost closes there. Look at this. It's like a Mariposa candle, red on the upside. And it made an all-time high to 20. Was it 6 or 8? 226.71. It missed an all-time high by less than a point of the high that was made in 2024, March of 2024. So, and then it closes, and today, this is much better action. Today it's up 10 at 213.79, because if it made a lower low, I would have said, ooh, not good. But it didn't. So this is good action. Right now, I'll call it an E in the monthly, A, B. I have no choice but to call it an A, B, C. This is a D in the daily. D for daily. All right. We're going to be watching this. But there are so many things that on a very short term are saying to me, be careful here. It's doing very well, and that's what I'm saying. Be careful, be careful. I didn't want to put any new positions. I had a really tough position. I wanted this. We've done this before. It had really good profits. Wanted to do it again. Waited. We got it beautifully at $3.10. This is DDD, 3D Systems. And then it was just tootling along. I knew this was going to be a leg D. I wanted to get it on the pullback. It went all the way to 339. We got it down to the 310 area. Our stop held. And I don't know what happened yesterday. I typed in. I never thought it would happen. It had a candle right here, inverted Chapman wave Roman candle. So it popped to 329, very good. I didn't raise the stop, but the next day I said, and it closed at 312. And the next day, for some reason, I thought it would pull back and then rally. Instead, what it did is it gapped up. And I'd said, if it gets to 321, I think I said 321, you can raise the stop to 305. I meant to say raise the stop on part, but keep the core position. For some reason, I said raise the stop. I don't think many people did that unless they were watching intraday, because it opened, it gapped up. So therefore, we had no choice but to raise the stop. So we technically are out of it. The darn thing today did exactly what I wanted. It's up, it hit 352 just a short while ago. 310 to 352. Man, that's 12%. Poops, just like that. So, Yeah, it's even, actually, no, what am I saying? Yeah, I mean, look at that. That's such a nice, that's exactly why I drew in the pattern and everything. Anyway, I suspect on reflection, I think that a number of people who actually did get it actually are still in it, and I'll deal with that for them. But technically, we got out with a tiny loss, but shouldn't have had a loss. We had a good gain. It happens. Yes, HIMX, I was thinking of this all week, and for some reason, I just couldn't remember the name of it. And then I looked at my notes, and then I found the name. HIMX, this is a very interesting stock. We once had, don't tell me I have to rewrite the whole thing again. We'll be back in a moment. HIMX is trading at 9.23, up 6 cents in a rectangle formation in the weekly. We'll be back. Dow's down 69. I'll be back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
so we're looking at HIMAX, which is HIMAX Technologies. HIMX is the symbol, trading at 924, up 7 cents. So now, normally I would just, if this would be quite simple, it would be a down arrow there, an up arrow here, because the 9-period moving average was so strong. But the MACD never went negative. The stochastic did, the on-balance volume did. The relative strength is good. Now it's much, much better. So I'm just giving this an alternate count. It looks like it's a leg B. I've got it as an alternate count. But look, here's the rectangle. Remember, I've done webinars on this, and the pattern is that if it goes sharply down, very quickly, single leg down, and then it hits some kind of support and starts to move higher with higher highs and higher lows, think of it as the large rectangle that can go to the previous high, major high. That was that peak D right there, the week of the 25th of July at 985, and it should go close to, just under, just over, and then after that, if it comes back and it takes out halfway of the rectangle itself, in other words, if it closes under 850 on any day, it's a weekly chart I'm looking at, but any day it closes under 850, be careful because it could come all the way back, or at least it's in a fading pattern. So far it's a very bullish pattern. So I'm going to say, what was the question? The question was, Basil, I want to add to HIMAX. So this is showing you over the last, a week or two, it's in the sweet spot. And because it's in the sweet spot, I'm going to say to you, I would add to it right here at 925 with my target of 985. It's 60 cents. That's a nice percentage gain, but it's an add to position. So don't get too carried away. You can add to it. And on this position, I'd actually have a stop. It's at 924. If it closes under $9, I'd say just be careful. But at this particular point, I do think it's in other words, this is designs, display, imaging, processing, TVs, laptops, mobile phones, all the displays. It's just right there in the sweet spot that's needed right now. So I think it's doing well. Not great, but doing well. So yes, I do like it. Next question came in. Where did it go? Okay. Didn't grab this. Okay, yes. So there were a couple of questions that came in. Let me look at my notes because I almost forgot that halfway through the show and I haven't even looked down at my page. Every day I write my notes. So the question came in, FXI, where is it now? There's trading. Remember I said it was in a little digestive phase after peak D. Yep, it's in the digestive, down 14 cents to 41.26. I just think it's stuck between 42 and if it goes to 42 and a half, that's really a breakout. But it could be stuck here just for a little while between 42.10. It's trading now at 41.27. And I would just say that the support at 41, the 14-period moving average, if it's taken out, it could go to 40.50. So it's in a trading band right now. Next question came in about, where did it go? CRDO. What was the question? Oh, yes. This is Credo Tech Group Holdings. Trading at 142.72, down 4.70. I didn't actually put this in, but the immediate reaction was when I was looking at this, if it fails from the peak B, you got to be careful because it could very quickly make the H pattern, the dreaded H pattern, right? It's not Technical Friday, so I'm not going to go into it too technically, but it's a pattern that says arches over after a sharp move down, looks like an H. And if it takes out decisively the low that was on the left side, round number 138, round number, let's put it in, 138, round number. Okay, if it takes that out, it could go quite a bit lower. But right now, the weekly chart says, hey, it's just digesting these gains. It could digest and take out the 138, but if it doesn't rally to 148, It's at 142. That's a long way to go, but it just dropped 5 points. 148 over the next few days, but it takes out the 100. It's at 142 right now. Very, very immediate is this low right here on the 1st of October at 140.51. So I would just say, if you are long, I take a little bit off. Right now, I take a little bit off more as insurance more than anything else, but it is arching over. With that said, question came in. Where was it? Oh, it was yesterday, and I didn't. It was after. Oh, question came in about two things: EOLE. Oh, that's right. EOLE. No, it wasn't EOLE. It wasn't it EOS? Yes, it was EOSE. Question about EOSE. This is EOS, another energy, this energy enterprise, battery storage solutions, EOS Zenith DC batteries. Is that an all-time high? Was that an all-time high? No, it wasn't an all-time high. That's right. Now I remember this. The question came in about the long term. Long term, it once hit 31.95. That was back in I think it was January 2021. Well, after that, it came down just a little bit. And a little bit was the last significant low was in May of 2024 at 61 cents. I'd say 31.95 to 61 cents. I'd call that a pretty severe decline. But look at this. It's now at 14.20. It's up 33. It made a new multi-year a 5-year, 4-year, 5-year, talking about a 4-year recovery, right? So that's very important. So looking out, it has the potential to move quite a bit higher. On the short term, the gap from last week to this week in leg D says that, no, it's not parabolic, but it's got the look of a straight up move. And if it had another bar that went to, say, 16, I'd say that's starting to get parabolic. But the stochastic's at 89. MACD is still expanding. So I'm just going to say this looks fantastic. It looks just visually a little overbought. But technically, I'd go to the daily chart and say probably a peak E with a lower high than yesterday, which was at 15.19. It's at 14.19 today, up 32 cents because it closed towards the low of the day yesterday. But I do this like I always do. I grab the rectangle. I say it could go a tad higher. But right now, this going to 3 days ago is your support, and I put that support just on the shorter term. It's at 14.19. I put that support at if it takes out EOS, and I can't remember who asked me the question. I forgot to write that down. 13.55. If it takes out 13.50, today's Tuesday. By Thursday, please be careful because I'm anticipating that it would quickly test the 1250s. So a little short-term toppy, but I would just say action's fabulous in the right area. Battery storage solutions, yep. We've got a break coming up. Dow's down 74, S&P's down 6. Chapman, this is Basil Chapman, Tiger Technicians Hour. Be right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. an amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Hi, folks. So a real big positive, and I see it right in the very short term, is that General Electric is still acting very well. It's up 4.16 and 302.38. Wow, the backlog in Boeing. I mean, look, the backlog in there. Boeing can't handle an upside move. Look, it's up 31 cents today. Earlier on, it was at 223.96. Now it's at 220. It's having such a difficult time for many reasons, but you would think with the backlog that they have, it would do very well. Okay, so a couple of questions came in. Let me just check this one. I did that one. Oh, what would you do? What would you do with IBM? IBM, what's IBM doing today? That's IBM. What would you do with IBM if you'd been long for a year? Well, remember, IBM's the one that I said IBM's playing catch up to all the other Cisco and all those others that had the dot-com bust, and then just took forever. And then they morphed into something different. Well, for the last year and a half, I would say there's just no question that IBM has morphed into a really fine company. Instead of this behemoth that was just like you wanted to see it at the Smithsonian, it was doing nothing. All of a sudden, from the end of about December of 2023, it's just been really acting well. Today, it's up 10 at 299.43. It had a high of 300.79. I've got this as a leg D in the weekly, a leg E in the daily, a leg D in the weekly, and a leg G/C because it had an instant restart in the monthly chart. And I found over the last 6 years or so that instant restarts in monthly charts come back to really help the stock. No matter what happens, it comes back, and I look back and I have to count that as a peak D, brand new E/A, F/B, G/C, and that's the way it is. So it's acting really well. What would I do right now? I'd just say hold it. I would do nothing. If at worst case, it still has to go to a D in the monthly chart, but at the best case, it's, as I say, morphed into a vibrant, young type company. You would never think so, but it is. So I love the action. It's one that we wanted to buy a long time ago, but I said to subscribers, you know what? In this particular phase, especially from the last webinar that I had, I said, we're going to be aggressive. We want to get whatever we can and squeeze whatever we can from the market, because after this, we might have to be a little bit more conservative. So let's just do that. And it's worked out. It has worked out the way that we planned. I don't know what's going to be going on from October. It seems to me now, let me just go through this. So we've done the IBM. I like it very much. IBM is no more in the Dow. once was it was a core stay of the Dow from the 1920s, but it hasn't been here for a little bit. Okay, let me just do this. Look, if I'm doing Chapman wave methodology, you've got the Dow makes a peak E at 47,049 on Friday with a inverted Chapman wave Roman candle. It hasn't gone halfway into the wick of the candle to say it's going to retest the high of 47,049. Instead, it has gone underneath the low of Friday, closed under the opening, and now we've got another weak action down 76. So the Dow on a short-term daily basis says to me, watch it. Look at the S&P. S&P has very small moves to the upside, but it breaks the V-shaped pattern sharply going above 6699.52 to today's high of 6754.49, and it's at the low of the day, down 7 at 67.33. But there's nothing negative. The stochastic's at 89%. The on-balance volume is a little bit overbought. The stochastic is positive. Sorry, the MACD is positive, and the 9 is over the 14, the price is over. So I don't want to be aggressive about this at this particular point. I'm trying to hold off. And I look and I say, where's the bad news? No, I don't say where's the bad news. I say where's the bad news that's affecting or effecting the market? So far, there's nothing. Ho-hum. And look at this channel. Look at this channel. In the weekly chart of the S&P, small candle, look at the huge candles going down to the low of April. And now what we've got is smaller and smaller candles, but higher highs and higher lows. That just says ho-hum. It doesn't say, oh my God. It says, let's be a little bit blasé about it. Of course, I'm never blasé about the market, but I'm saying the market itself is saying, let's be blasé. And I don't know. I'm just looking at it and saying, good action. Weekly chart's fantastic. Stochastics at 95%. Look at the QQQ. The stochastic in the weekly is at 94%. On balance, I'm getting a tad overboard. MACD is good. Red with the gray line, the red strength is fabulous. 9 is over the 14, and the price is way over the 9. I've got this as a leg F, but it could also be an alternate count. That's an instant restart. That could be A. This could be another A. This could actually just be a B. What can I say? That's the chart. And yet, it's not going anywhere. It's up 69 cents, 608.39, making an all-time high today, and with a very small candle. Now, are tops made with huge candles or are tops made with small candles? Both. You can find enough charts to say a huge spike to the upside, massive, and then it just gives it back. Or you can find a little doji, tiny candle. If you find a tiny doji candle with a sharp reversal, that's usually one that you've got to pay attention to. It just says it's the principle of zero gravity. When you throw the ball up, it hits the zero. It's not going up. It's not going down at a certain point because that's the fulcrum where it's about to turn down. The ictus that makes the change. So I don't know. That's what we got to look for. We haven't got it yet. Okay, so I have reason to be kind of nervous because we've done very nicely, and we don't want to give up those gains. We know we're going to have to give up some of those gains, right? That's just the way it is. But also at the same time, let's look at Robinhood. So Robinhood yesterday, all-time high, fantastic, goes to 153.06, a round number, 153 open. And then they had some kind of a false, right? No trading for, just not a good sign. What happens? It closes at the low of the day in the 140. It closes at the low, which is 144.28. The low was 144.12, so it's just about at the low of the day. And then it went lower today to 142.11. But do you think that's it? They don't want to give that up. It's now up $1.40. And that's what I'm saying, that the buying is coming and it's relentless, and it'll only stop when we get some kind of news Look at this, TLT. I didn't even do that today. TLT trading up 32 cents at 88.99. How important is the 200-period moving average, especially after a peak F sell signal that goes to a sell mode? Very important. Look how many times it's tested the 88.64 200-period moving average. Look at this, peak D in the weekly chart. Just no sell signal, no nothing, just peak D. Wait a minute, let's go upside down. TBT. TBT says arching over. Looks like it wants to go to lower rates. But it hasn't. It's just kind of stuck here. Look. All right, when we get back, let's look at, we'll do it right now. Toll Brothers, whoa, down 5.28 at 135. Let's see what Lenar's doing. I'll be back. Basil, Chapman, Tiger Conditions Hour. Lenar's down 365.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
So just a question in the den, TELO, we looked at it a long time ago. This is trading up 32 cents, up 22% at 1.74. That peak A, peak B, peak C, and this is your leg D, a very big spike. That means that this candle, this aberration right here, that's what you want to see. You want to see it get into the upper third of this candle to the 190 level. Today, the high is 178. If it can start, it can't just tag it. It's got to trade there. I would prefer for a day or so, a trade there. He's got to keep getting into there, and then it'll retest the high into the twos. Yeah, very nice action. So just briefly, let me just say right here, that I'm becoming a little bit more hesitant about the market. Not that I don't love what I'm seeing in particular areas, but it's becoming a lot more selective. And with that said, just remember, as far as I'm concerned, this is only a leg A. It hasn't even made a peak A because we made a new high on the on Friday. That means that we're looking at the whole month of October. You can't make a peak until December. So this is only an A. It should go into, it'll take, 7-wave form. It means it takes another good 6 months or so before you can make a high. If I'm correct about this in the monthly chart of the Dow. So I'm going to hand you over to Steve Rhodes. Great program as always with Steve. And I'll be back with Tommy a little later on in the day, in the afternoon. And right now, we didn't add anything new to our positions. We had one silly miss that is doing fantastically right now. I still believe some of my subscribers are in it, but we officially have to take it as a loss. It's a great shame because now it's really picking up speed. But we've also still some really good winners. We have to deal with that right now. It's a good problem to have, and we'll see how we get through the next 5-6 sessions or so. I'll be back later on. Have a great day. Check out my opening call daily newsletter. Thank you for